All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Metropolis. It's my pleasure to bring you Dignitas d.Bischu. He is in the yellow trunks, and he is playing Protoss to the east versus his opponent in the close air position. We have Eclypsia's Elvis in the green trunks playing Zerg to the south.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. So, Protoss versus Zerg time on Metropolis. Certainly a very cool map for PvZs lately. Really does have to revolve around, especially for Zerg players, this third base. Are they going to be able to take it early on? Is a Protoss going to be able to put on a lot of two-base pressure in that time? And d.Bischu starting very curiously with that pylon on the high ground. He has been fond of gateway expands as of late, but still kind of a cool place to put that on this map.
Yeah, I'm liking the gateway expand, honestly. There's just been this very long period of time where it's been FFE on every possible map, and what it's meant is that it's given this Zerg this ridiculous comfort zone, like, because there's only so many things you can do over Forge Fast Expand in the first 8 minutes.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I mean, especially on this map, which relies upon either you're going extremely heavy into a lot of bases, or you have to kill your Zerg opponent very early on before they establish that third. Something to just throw your Zerg opponent off is so nice, and the Gateway Expand certainly does just that. That's what we're going to see out of d.Bischu here.
Yeah, Gateway on the lower ground, not a surprise for d.Bischu at all. He'll be wanting to set up this very intricate defense with his buildings. He's one of the few Protoss players that really does that outside of your straight-up Forge Cannon Wall-Off. He loves to create little mazes, and it is given him the ability to really pull off defenses in clutch situations that other players wouldn't be able to do.
That's definitely true, and something we've seen him, you're talking about his ability in clutch situations, has been quite good, especially in this tournament alone. We mentioned that he's had an all-kill in previous Team Arena challenges. Well, now he's going to be fighting for Dignitas' tournament life. We are in the lower bracket. Oh!
Very nice start there for him. Every little thing you can get in this situation, as long as you don't drop your macro in the background and down goes the hatchery, delayed by about 10 seconds, which is a little bit of a win, that's fine. The problem is that when some players focus too much on that and they end up slipping, they make a build order mistake, but d.Bischu is not doing that at all. He's got his Nexus down at exactly the right time, and the pylon in the appropriate place. He will make use of that destructible debris for a while at any rate, then most likely knock it down when he feels confident in order to repulse any kind of aggression. But no aggression is going to come in the first couple of minutes. As you can see, only 2 lings coming out from Elvis, going to play nice and greedy. He knows that aggression isn't coming from d.Bischu as of yet. He sees exactly what's going on.
You know, it's funny, as an American rock and roll enthusiast, I never thought I'd hear the words Elvis only has a couple of lings coming out at this point.
Indeed. But, Elvis has a couple of hound dogs coming out at this point, and they ain't no friend of mine. Well, there we go. There is that early third that we tend to see from the Zerg here. Can be a little bit riskier with a gateway expand, though, you know, because that tech is coming out faster. The possibility for mid-game pressure is there. I'm loving this micro. Absolutely fantastic here from d.Bischu. It is wonderful little dancing. He's not known for high APM. In fact, that's something that a lot of people jokingly refer to his teammate Mers for. It's like, well, Mers is really high APM. Elvis, on the other hand, actually the current APM of about 7, which is approximately 2 higher than mine. But d.Bischu is quick. He's very quick, and he never slips up on his macro in the background, which is really nice. He's not a player that really distinguishes himself all that much, but he's just a really well-rounded, solid Protoss.
You had an interesting point before him. You were talking about how much he wants to block those bases that are coming out of Elvis. We see so often that Protoss players will get so wrapped up, they'll throw down a pylon at both the natural and the third. Then they'll throw down a gateway afterwards, expending a ton of resources.
Then they'll get supply blocked. They always muck up their build order that way. They get a little bit too obsessed with it. It's called harassment for a reason. It should never be to the detriment of your own macro in the background, and some players do make that mistake just because they're scared of Zerg getting out of control, which lately they really have been.
And d.Bischu deciding to go down a path which is very curious. 1 gate gasless expand into 3 gates. This is resembling a Sentry expand when all is said and done. And we'll see how much pressure he wants to put on now. The coolest thing about this gateway expand, though, is as we can see, Elvis is forced to put out 12 lings right now just because he doesn't know exactly when the gateway units are going to hit. He has to be prepared in any case.
Yeah, more gateways coming in after that as well. He did pick up his second gas quite late on, as you accurately pointed out. Went for that gateway, then dropped down the first, didn't throw down a second so quickly, so it doesn't indicate a massively tech-heavy approach. We are just looking at gateway units alone at the moment. No sign of a Twilight Council, no sign of Forge upgrades coming in either. A lot of lings on the field already. Has restricted the number of drones. That's going to be a nice little surround here for Elvis. That'll be a freebie for him, and d.Bischu allowing that Stalker and that Zealot to be picked off with really no losses at all. And the great thing about this for Elvis is that he's done all of this without speed.
Very much so, yeah. I mean, in fact, as we can see, yeah, hasn't even started it yet, but is working off of 2, going to a 3rd gas at the moment as he finally starts moving towards those predictable structures we usually see out of Protoss players.
Oh, nice pickup right there by Elvis. Wonderful to see that going straight down in that location. And another one there as well. Great awareness here, but there is a 3rd backup pylon there. The thing is that these are warping so far away, I'm a little bit worried, but then again, this speed delay may end up costing Elvis heavily because this timing coming in here from d.Bischu is become a little bit of a nightmare for him. Wonderful force filters again. Yes! Nicely done.
Wow!
That was beautiful.
That's incredible. Right in the nick of time. He does save the pylon. We'll be able to continue warping in from that as well. Oh, but it goes down right at the end.
That was the Queen. I'm pretty sure that was the Queen. Queen range 5. Another new use of Queen range 5. Wow, that would not have happened in the previous patch there. A nice save, but then another really sneaky little bit of play here by Elvis to bring that down. Can be replaced, of course, but it will delay the reinforcements just a little bit. The problem is, can Elvis even do anything about this? He still doesn't have speed. He's now building up his roach count, but it's nowhere near large enough to throw away that force. That 3rd is dead, no question.
That's absolutely right. This gateway attack hits so quickly compared to that conventional Forge expand. This base is dead, dead, dead. It looks like he's trying to cut off reinforcements surrounding with some units at the back, but there's a fair number of gateway units still on the field, and the drones are just getting slaughtered.
Oh my, that's a freebie right there. He's got fish in a barrel and plenty of dynamite. We've got a number of Lings moving in, now finally getting speed. Taking quite a lot of damage on the Stalkers, but decent micro here from d.Bischu is keeping the majority of them alive, and really you don't need it. He's still got the numbers, and a couple of Queens now moving out to try and stay alive, but there's so much, and there's the GG, and a straight-up start here for d.Bischu.
Wow, very well done. So Dignitas taking game number 1 in this best of 9.
Oh, yeah.
Certainly the foot that they want to set off on to begin this set.